Matt Hall and Grant Flanders here. Let's get right into it, Matt. Dennis Dodd was here today. Asked Bill Snyder a couple of tough questions. Talk about those.
He sure did. From CBS,
Yes.
of course, Dennis Dodd asked Bill Snyder specifically about the bull ring story, multiple writers asking for his retirement, question about scholarship checks being withheld. A lot of respect for Dennis Dodd for asking those questions directly. I think if you're going to write this stuff, you need to ask about it. He came here today to do just that. I thought Bill Snyder's answers were interesting on the bull rings and the scholarship checks being withheld. You know, Flanders, we don't know. We don't know K-State's side of it. It's easy to jump to a conclusion and say K-State's doing the wrong thing, and they may be.
Yeah.
We don't know. But we don't know why K-State's doing it. Bill Snyder asked that today and answered it, or was asked that today and answered it, said that there are consequences for things that happen in his program if you don't do things the right way, alluding to bowl rings not being sent out and perhaps scholarship checks being withheld. And again, we're not here to agree or disagree with that. I just like that it was asked and that Bill Snyder answered it. I think it helps us evaluate the situation more when you attempt to get both sides of it.
Kellis Robinette asked a tough question as well for Coach Snyder. Talk about that one.
Yeah, on the ESPN broadcast last week, they mentioned that Bill Snyder more or less said something along the lines of, if the president, players, and fans don't want me here, I'll leave. Kellis, to his credit, referenced that and asked it. Bill Snyder's answer was okay. I didn't love it. He said, well, that's what I've told you guys every time. That's not true. When we ask him, he typically tells us he won't discuss it till the season's over. He said it before, so he's not lying in that sense, but it's not the answer he's typically given. So he did give something different to ESPN than he gave me, for example, 3 weeks ago when I asked it. And it sounds, you know, in that perspective, nothing has changed, but that he will leave if he feels like he's not wanted. What we don't know, of course, right now specifically is whether or not he feels wanted.
No players again at this press conference, Matt. What did you take away from that?
Interesting. You know, Flano, we talk about it. It doesn't matter to us. It really doesn't. You know, the media loves to complain sometimes about not getting access to certain things. We do our job whether we have it or not, and we'll go home earlier today because of it. I didn't love his answer to that either. I know I'm being very critical of Bill Snyder. He said a lot of things today I did like, but these were some answers I struggled with when he said they have better things to do. I don't know how to answer that question other than just saying I decided not to bring them, which is probably what I would have said. But when you say they had better things to do, does that imply they didn't on all the weeks they showed up here, or that the fans don't deserve to hear what they have to say? Because that's what they're here for. It doesn't punish the media. It doesn't punish you for Alex Barnes not to be here today. It punishes the fans who want to hear from them. I do understand Bill Snyder making the decision. It's his right to not have them or to have them. But just simply saying they had better things to do is not a great answer to that question.
K-State heads to Ames this Saturday against Iowa State. What did Coach Snyder bring up today about that team?
Obviously going to be an interesting football game against a good football team in Bill Snyder's opinion, and he's correct. Of course, these teams have played a lot of really, really close games over the years, with K-State fortunate to win all of them, as Bill Snyder kind of pointed out. Still a big matchup for him, of course. He really wants to get to 6 wins and be automatically qualified for a bowl game, and that's what we'll go to Ames to find out on Saturday.
All right, for Matt Hall, I'm Grant Flanders. Thanks for watching. For K-State Online, tell your
friends.
KSL.